Hello YouTube, it's Carrie here, otherwise known as Fresh Orangina. In case you're wondering about the origins of that name, it's Fresh Orangina. And Orangina is a French soda. It's so heartbreaking. They used to have this beautiful round bottle that looked like an orange, because their whole thing is that they have fresh pulp of orange juice in their soda. It's so good. Thus the Fresh Orangina. And they recently changed to an upright regular bottle, cylindrical, and I was just like, oh no, I'm so heartbroken, because that was like their iconic thing, right? Times change, you know. You gotta roll with the punches. Anyhow, I haven't done a stitch together video like this in quite a while, but let's go for it. I'm gonna do a garden tour this morning. I haven't really done a garden tour. I have to do some harvesting this morning. I'm having a tomato fest over at my sister's place tonight. This should be fun. Oh, here, I'll do the let's do the stats thing. But I'll just tell you. So like, I've been maintaining at around 127. I had my weight recently pop up because I ate a bunch of stuff with sugar. It was fruit actually. So it's the summer, like, you know, there's certain things, but then I also ate some garbage because I've been like commuting a lot. My weight popped up to like danger zone. And it was like stuck there for like a week. And I was like, what the hell? It went up really quickly. And I knew there was something going on because it felt differently. So I hopped on the scale and I was like, whoa. And then immediately started making corrections in my diet and started watching it. And there was still a couple days where it continued to increase. But I hopped on the scale today and I'm down like over 4 pounds. So either what I'm doing is finally catching up, or part of that was temporary. I don't know. I'll take it. I still have like a ways to walk myself back. About another 7, like, till I'm really back in the right place. So, whoa. Yeah. Anyhow, so without further ado, the sun just came out and we will get the garden tour started. If many of you are like haven't seen my channel before, I am a 10-year post-op bariatric patient. I had a ton of different complications, including a battle with over 100 pounds of regain at about 4 to 5 years out. Made some very distinct and deliberative changes to my diet, but in ways that wouldn't restrict my eating. So I wouldn't feel like I was dieting. I needed to make it super simple. So I just changed the profile of what I was eating, and here I am today. Here, let's look at this. Ooh, way to go thrift shopping. I got these shorts, which are Ted Baker, for like, I don't know, like a few dollars from Value Village when they had their sale. I'm surprised they weren't way marked up, but oh, and they are so cute. I love them. They're like my new favorite garden pants. But like, yeah, so like I'm pretty tiny now. I've been made, like, it's even with having popped up, I'm still like, these are a size 2. There's another pair that I got that's Free People, that's a similar style actually. Those are also size 2. The cut is a little bit different and they're smaller. But yeah, no, I love these. So yeah, let's have a sip of coffee and then get the tour started. This coffee goes out to Christina. This is Gaston. He hangs out in the garden. He wants you to like this video and subscribe to my channel. All right, I'm trying to figure out like where to start. So I'll give you the full scan of things. So this is my backyard. I'll do like a full like a 360 here. This is where I was sitting just before. Love that bench. I have like some peas over there that I've got to like rip out. I had planted a bunch of seeds for zucchini, and I'm gonna have to do them in starting pots now. I don't even know. I don't know. There might be enough time. I hear that the weather is gonna be a warming trend into fall, which it's funny. I was hoping that was gonna happen, but anyhow. All of the seeds that started in there got eaten by slugs because slugs are assholes and I hate them. So there we go. No zucchini for me. I have to rip those peas out. There's like 2 different kinds of peas there. I've been waiting to like get some dry pods so I could save the seed. Cause I am a seed saver, yes. And I have to plant new peas. There's what are they? They're purple snow peas, I think. They look so cool. Anyhow, I gotta plant those like ASAP. I've got a bunch of like tomatoes here in pots. These are just like little odds and ends with like a few sunflowers here and there. These are quite pretty, and see those. And then I've got like some of those. The oblong ones are called blush, and they are very, very pretty. When they ripen up, they get like these like pink streaks kind of. Okay, then I have like my deck area here. This is where I take the sun. Love it. And it's actually the sun is like, I'm so glad I have my sunglasses on right now, because otherwise I'd be like squinting and I'd look all weird. All right, there we go. That is the beautiful rose of my neighbor that is coming through the fence. And actually, I love how that looks with the thing hanging there and like the rose coming through. Very cool. Moving on, I've been so lazy. I have to plant a red currant bush that I have to plant. And I also have a pear tree over here that I have to plant. I would love to paint this shed. Maybe I'll do it, if I have enough time, I'll do it as a project next year. I don't know, I want to paint it kind of like a mermaid's tail. I think that would be so cool. My poor dying zucchini over here. I don't know, my zucchini hasn't done well. I think because it's so humid here in my garden, I just don't think it's great for growing zucchini. I thought next year, I think I'm gonna go a different route, and I think I'm gonna try doing it in pots, in cages, on the balcony. So I'd have to have it set up on a drip system or a watering system or something like that. I have some zucchini starts in there, but I don't know, they're getting the ick from the other plants. I gotta take some of these plants out. There's 2 that I have to remove. The 2 here in the front, I don't know if you can see, this one and this one have to be removed. I think I can salvage the one in the back. And these are so cool. I'm so glad I decided to try this where I put the tomato cages. Because if you see at the top, like, there are some leaves that don't have so much of the ick. And then there are some zucchini that are doing all right in the middle there. So, yay. Okay, so to explain the structure of the garden, I'm just gonna like go pan this way. This is the main beds of the garden are here. Here's my house. So I have like 4 beds here, and they are each about 20 feet long, or exactly actually 20 feet long, and 4 feet wide. I rotate what's in the beds year by year, and I also try different stuff every year. All right, let's talk tomatoes. I grow all my tomatoes. I have over 30 different varieties in my garden, over 100 different plants this year. And I grow them all heirloom from seed, which is, a little bit of a difficult endeavor sometimes. It can be tricky. But this season has been so hard for tomatoes. So I have tomatoes arranged in my garden in this way. So I have interesting ones and ones that I'm taking a look at in this row here on the back. I have a lot of my regular ones that I wanted to grow again in the second area. I have a wraparound area over there, as you can see at the end of that row. This is the 4th row, that's the 3rd row. I have Oric growing seed in the middle there. We'll go row through row, but I just want to explain the tomatoes here. So I have them on the ends here, and then down the row, and then I don't have any tomatoes really in the second bed, and then in the first bed I just have them in the front on one side. And those tomatoes are predominantly where I put the cherry tomatoes and smaller tomatoes like that. There's one that when we go around, I'll show you that ended up being like really a crazy tomato, but I'll talk about it. Alright, so I gotta talk about this particular tomato over here. This is the Tashimato. It is a crazy tomato. It grows huge tomatoes. In this crappy year of mine, we're gonna see. I think I'm gonna be harvesting it today. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's ready to go. It's funny because there's part of it that kind of was cat-faced on the flower. That's where like there's like multiple fused flowers, and then you get this like funkiness, but like it's like funky on one side and like normal on the other side. But it looks like it's gonna be like really quite heavy, really big. That's why I'm on the fence about whether to harvest it yet or not, but I'm also gonna be like, I have to be traveling for work later in the week, and I would be so upset if I came back and it was like on the ground, like being eaten by squirrels or something, you know, so I think I'm gonna harvest it today. We'll see how much it weighs. So now I'm standing next to the crazy mutant tomato. This was supposed to be something else, and I don't know what it is, but it like started to grow insanely fast and as you can see, where all the other ones are like basically dwarfed, this thing is like like way up there. It is, and mind you, the stem is not straight. There's a lot of twists in the stem, so this is actually longer, and I am 5'5", and it is significantly taller than me. So crazy. The tomatoes, let's see, here we go. Always the taste test. I don't know, they were good tomato flavor, not too acidic, fairly mildish flavor, kind of somewhat meaty tomato. I think like this would be great, and it's like, I don't know if you could tell, it's super prolific. Like, look at these. On like every node, there's like a ton of tomatoes. It took off. It was one of the first to produce. I don't even know what it is, and I wasn't really going to save seed from it, but I'm thinking now maybe I should and call it something. Who knows? I don't know what it was supposed to be, but it's definitely not what it was supposed to be. Some other notable tomatoes. I don't know if you can see them. Yeah. These ones here are Lucid Gem, I do believe. I think, oh no, but maybe not. They could be not. I think that they're Lucid Gem because in the same row there, I also have Dark Galaxy on the other side. All right, so let's go around. Whew. Isn't it? It's like, I love the garden. Okay. I'm so sad. You know what? Like, one of the best things that I planted this whole season were beans. I should also let everybody know that I eat low carb. So I eat predominantly keto. I don't eat like a lot of heavy meats and stuff, or I try not to. I eat like a little bit more like pescatarian. But I use meat more as like a functional food when I need more iron or boost like that. And I don't always get like steak or anything like that. Sometimes I'll get like other stuff. Like today I got they had veal for sale. Anyhow, I'm also planning my garden sort of like that, because why would I grow vegetables that I don't really want to eat because they're going to make me gain weight? So like there's certain things that I didn't grow. Like I don't grow potatoes. When I first started gardening, I grew potatoes. What else? You know, like a lot of stuff like that. It's cool. Oh, I should show you the carrots. I should get my spade because like I should like dig some of this stuff up and show you. Yeah, you know what? Okay, let me get that spade. Okay, so I wanted to dig up some carrots here. I had planted a whole bunch of spinach here. You can see there's like a few plants like here, 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 here. I right after I had planted it one evening, and then the next morning when I came up for coffee, there was a bunch of birds here, and I have a feeling they ate a bunch of the seed. So I have to reseed this area. I actually have to do it pretty soon. Maybe I should do that today. Yeah, because I want spinach. Okay, let's try and set this camera up and like dig some carrots. This video is gonna be hilarious. Okay, here's my carrots. I wanted to get these out of the way, and actually this is good because it'll open up the bed. Sorry, there's like, what is that? Oh my god. I felt like something tickling me, and then I just found a leaf in my butt. So, nice. Thanks. Okay, here we go. Let's dig up some carrots. And basically what I'm doing to dig them up, you want to be careful not to damage the carrots when you're digging them. Oh. You want to like loosen the earth sort of around them a bit. So let's see here. I'm gonna try this one first. And like generally if you, oh, this one's so disappointing. It was so big on top and like, mwah. All right. I'm kind of glad I'm pulling these. This one looks like it's got a bit more to it. Oh, still, yeah. Pretty disappointing, but anyhow, it's still flavor, whatever, it's good. I use everything that, you know, that I harvest, honestly, because like, first of all, why wouldn't you? And yeah, at this point, I'm just like going right in with my fingers. And I should like be a little bit more like, you know, not get my hands so filthy all the time. To these, I hadn't really done a great job tilling. And if you don't do a great job tilling, the earth is harder to get through. Oh, this one's a little bit more respectable. Ooh, do you guys see this? Seriously, oh my god. Okay, can you see? It's like, this is like an X-rated carrot. This is hilarious. Okay. Ah, these are funny. Who thought growing your own food could be so entertaining? Oh. Yeah, this is the other thing. So like when the earth is really hard for the carrot to grow through, it forks a lot. There's like just a couple more here. These are beans. They're gonna be like some type of purple bean that are like vining up here. I just planted them at the base of the beans have been a great thing for me, I gotta say. This season has been like awesome. I have a couple rows here of these greens. One I believe is just dandelion greens, and the other one is supposed to have like sort of like a more celery-ish part in the middle that you make into this delicious salad and eat. But yeah, there's some like parsley and carrots here, some beets. Beets have been great. So I am ready to cut this big kahuna off the vine. I can feel underneath on the part that's like a little bit more regular that it is getting ripe there. There is a part up here that's like green. Alright, here we go. Cut it right from here. Look at this, guys. Holy tomato. I definitely have to weigh this one. Okay, so we're gonna take a little interlude here from the garden talk. Well, it's related garden talk. So I'm part of my garden. My garden was fallow last year. For people who don't know what that means that I wasn't growing in it. It was just whatever naturally happened to the soil. There were lots of weeds. Tomato plants sort of growing here and there all over the place. It was kind of crazy. This year, in this part of the garden here, there was like a huge natural dill patch. And because I know that swallowtail butterflies like to lay their eggs on dill, I decided to keep part of this dill patch over here for the butterflies. I'm gonna take some of this seed and put it more in the patch at the back here. This here, I got a lot of great raspberries off of it this year actually. And I'm just basically, that area is going to be just like a natural pollinator garden. But I left the dill here this year, and I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you my cool little garden friend here. Let's see. There you are. Can you guys see? That is a big, chunky chunkerton. This guy is definitely gonna form a pupa soon. I don't know. It's interesting also, like when the sun is high and he's sort of like in the middle of the patch, you can see how like the coloring is actually like really good camouflage. So very cool. All right, so just as you know, I'm motoring along and doing like a full garden harvest. I'm gonna show you some of the stuff that I've cut. I want to preface this by saying I'm making a very special dinner tonight. It is like the tomato dinner. There are certain things that are in abundance today in the garden that are going to go into this meal, and it is going to be like amazing. I'm actually really excited about it. So one of the special things I'm going to make, it's really going to be about tomatoes. It's going to be like a bruschetta and caprese salad. So I'm going to need to harvest basil, tomatoes. I have to buy mozzarella. I have to buy some bread. Yes, I'm going to eat some bread for this, totally. Even after the dip down after the game. But there are just certain things that are like a once in a year thing that, like, you know, I'm going to have like one piece of bread probably. This is something I want to do. So it's going to be for the bruschetta. I'm also going to be making maybe like a few things like a salad or something for the side. And I have a lot of zucchini flowers right now. So I'm going to make stuffed zucchini flowers because they are so good. They are so good. So there you go. I'm going to show you right now so far what I've got. This is so pretty. Check this out. This is why I garden. This is why I put in all about hard work and hours and you know, some money too. Like, definitely when I installed the garden, that was the cost. I didn't really spend too much this year, but wow, like you can't get this at the grocery store. Like, no, you can't get this at the grocery store. You got to grow it yourself, right? All right. So the last couple of rows here, I had some cucumbers growing here earlier. They have since demised. I have another cucumber growing, but I have no idea what kind it is. Maybe it's a different kind. I don't know what's going to happen to it. Sorry, I had to get a hat because I'm like sweating. I have a couple little bits of like some okras planted here and there. I have some other beans over here that are just starting to like vine up and should start producing soon, which is cool. This year I decided to prioritize some peppers and eggplants. Here are my peppers. They're fairly small. I'm having some issues with them. I had slugs eating some hot peppers earlier this season, and now that my stuff is ripening, I have freaking worms in them. So I've been having to throw away a lot of stuff, which is quite disappointing. The eggplants, on the other hand, have been a hit. And in fact, like, we're supposed to have this warming trend. Some of them are just starting to flower. Eggplants tend to grow in like really hot places. And that's why I figured I'd, you know, see, I wanted to plant a lot of different things and sort of see what did well in the seasons and stuff. and I'm finding out really well. Oh, I wanted to show you real quick what I did with the zucchini. So I told you I was gonna have to like rip them out. I ripped out one of them. I pruned back severely 2 of them. So let me show you them now. That's a little one there. All the diseased leaves I trimmed back, and then this is the other one in the cage. So like I said, like next year I'm gonna grow them differently in pots and cages on the deck to see if it'll help with like some of the microbes from the soil that have like the molds and stuff in there for that powdery mildew. Yeah, so like peppers down here. I'll like show you inside some of the peppers and stuff. Oh, there it is. And there's peppers there. Those were those ones with the orange streaks on them were the ones that were being eaten by the slugs earlier. And I know it was the slugs because I baited them with the beer and I caught a whole bunch of slugs, and then all of a sudden no more holes. Nah. I have some like giant sunflowers growing here, which I planted primarily to be like, to attract pollinators, just like the flowers here, the zinnias, so pretty. I love them. Kind of like a nice little thing to also have some flowers in your garden that you can kind of like cut and harvest for like putting in your house and stuff. That's a nice kind of thing to do. This one just opened up like today. Hi, I'm a sunflower. Yeah, there's a lot of, so this tomato plant here, it sprouted on its own. There's a tomato plant behind that. And the tomato plant is actually quite large. The top of it is like over here. I don't know if you can see. But I like pruned it back. It's so loaded up heavy with tomatoes. This is the white coyote tomato. It took me like several years to finally be able to germinate it. Grew it in my garden when I first moved to Niagara, and it sprung up on its own. So I've been able to raise my own from seeds again, but because I saved seed from that one that sprouted. But it has been like they're all over the place. Those are like the Mexican gherkins. Ooh. Right, yeah, yum, so good. Cucumbery taste. Well, this is a cucumber. Yeah, the eggplants have been producing fabulously. So the standout, I think, Little Fingers I've been able to grow before, and that's a decent producer for me, even like when I totally can't grow eggplants. But the Turkish Orange, which I've been wanting to grow for ages. I finally grew it. I saved seed from some, and then I grew those from that saved seed, and they did very well in greenhouse. And so they've been producing for like a few weeks now, and really good. Oh, this is so cool! Finally, look at this. Wow. This one, I'm not even sure what kind. There's a whole, like so many different kinds. It's super fun. I'm definitely gonna prioritize eggplants again next year for sure. I think that's about it for my harvest. I need to cut a little bit more basil, and that's about it. I harvested also, this is a great thing to grow. It's like one of the only like fruity fruits that I grow, which are these guys. That's ground cherries. Very, very easy to grow. They're super prolific. Not too many things like attack it that badly or anything like it. The plant's very healthy. And I have 4 plants in the ground there around one tomato cage, and they've done very, very well. And I've been eating these for weeks, and they're like, oh, they're yummy. So look at oh, this is an awesome harvest so far. I love that. That's a benefit of growing your own food, you know. Show you what's hanging around me in case you're curious. I save seed, so there's some like dry herbs there too, but like I have, what do I have here? Dill and cilantro, and the 2 different types of peas that are over there. I have some already like saved seed from them. I hope everybody has a great week. Oh, one of the last views this season. I don't know. They say there's going to be those warming. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with the season. Again, this plant here, this red thing, this is the one I'm doing research on. Very, very interesting plant, and tasty and delicious and like mysterious. And I'm gonna try to unlock some of the mysteries of the plant for food. All right, I'm gonna go before I start sounding even crazier than I already am right now. I think I've been out in the sun a little bit too long. Bye, guys. Hey, guys, I'm back. I almost forgot. I have to weigh that tomato. Let me get this beautiful giant tomato. Okay. 1.438. All right. This is Tashimoto is coming in at this here. There we go. Yay.